Hi everybody. I build guitars now, and every time I build a guitar I need a place to put it. If I'm not selling it, most of them I'm building right now are just prototypes, practice, till I start building bodies and necks and selling them. And you know, different methods and show what we can do. And so you know, if I go out to a show or something, we're setting up a table or a tent, need a way to display them. Guitar stands. But you get, say, 5, 6, 7, 8 guitars, you're running into a bit of money on guitar stands. The first guitar stand that I got was before I started building guitars. I have the one-man band guitar I bought. I really love that thing from C&G Guitars. And my daughter bought me a guitar stand for it for Christmas. It is one of these type. It's pretty compact. I mean, you can travel with it. It's one thing is, you know, you got these legs you got to contend with flopping around. It's adjustable up and down. Whoops. Flip her up like this. Little lock here. And this goes in like so. Yeah. Oh, I don't have it raised up enough. It's covering up the hole. You got to make sure you watch how you set them up as well. Dog hair on it. My dog Fugly gets hair everywhere. And you just take and flip it upside down. Does a pretty decent job. I got a dog named Fugly. He's blind, deaf, and he likes to bump into things. I don't think he likes to, but he does. He bumps into things a lot, especially guitar stands. So far I've been lucky. He's bumped into this one with a guitar on it. He's never knocked it over. I can't remember a time he knocked the guitar off of it, because this here helps hold it on, and it does have a lock on there. So it's been stable enough to keep him from knocking a guitar over. And the price on those range, I think, around 19 bucks. I bought one for my son for his guitar. I built him for his birthday, and I think I paid about 19 bucks for that one. The next type is one of these, tripod stand. I can't remember what I paid for these. Seemed like it was 15, 19 bucks, somewhere in there. And these are fairly handy. It folds up to that size. So if we're doing a show, I can pack these pretty easily. The one thing I don't like about either of these is this kind of rubbery covering on it. If you've got a guitar with a newer finish on it, like here in Kentucky, it's humid. It takes paint a long time to cure. I mean, it can dry, you can play it and stuff after about a month or so after painting it. But even after a month and a half, this still stuck to the guitar, messed up the finish here, as well as up in the neck area. Same with this one of my other guitars. It didn't stick so much here, but right here on this piece of rubber, which is actually, it's serrated. It's kind of rough. I don't know if the camera can see that or not. And you can see where it messed up the paint on the guitar there. Now that's probably not as much the fault of that is just the paint takes so long to cure. So you gotta be very careful if you're building guitars, painting them. Finding something to put them on that's not gonna mess the finish is really hard. If you know, you think after a month everything would be okay, good to go, you could put it on a stand, but that's really not the case, at least here. One I have not have any problem with is a couple I made. right now I'm working on my 9th guitar. I don't have all of them here. I have all but 3 here. So I have 6 guitars here, plus an acoustic that I bought at a pawn shop and fixed, and my one-man band guitar. So I got a bass and probably 6 or 7 guitars here at home, plus I'm working on 2. So I need something to put them on. I don't want to spend 15, 20 or more bucks every time I build a guitar for display or something. You can buy stands that have multiple guitars on them, of course. I don't remember the price. They're a little more expensive. You can build those as well. So I started, well, I got all this, reclaimed wood and stuff laying around here, free wood. I'll just make my own. So I got online, look at some plans, and there's a couple of nice ones on there, good ideas, but I wanted to use my own design, basically. So the first one I came up with, if I can get it apart, I guess it stays together a lot better than I thought it would. It still needs a little fine-tuning, but this one is not a stand I use in the house or anything. It was just something to see what would work. Only problem I don't like with this is the way I made it. It's tippy. So I just use it here in the shop for if I want to display a body, or if I'm working on a guitar body or something, I can throw it up there and have it visible or out of the way or whatever. And it's great for that. And it's not pretty or anything, so it deserves to be in a workshop. It's just an experiment with junk wood. So it didn't cost me anything to build. The next one I built was this one. For just a few dollars in hardware, some felt stripping to go on it, hinge up here, and this hinge. I had to only hinges I could find had a hole on this end and a bracket on this end, so I just had to cut it off and drill holes and use it like this. But this is good for shows and stuff. And at first I did not like this. After I finished it, when I went to use it in the house, I didn't like this here. It kind of made it sit out away from the wall and stuff. And to me it would just looked a little bit ugly. But like I was talking about, Fugly likes to bump into things. This probably is the most Fugly-proof guitar stand I have. I call this one the boat because to me it kind of looks like a boat. But as you see in this picture, this is, Fugly had bumped into us and he slides it around like this every day. And the guitar, he'll tilt it sideways like you see in the picture, but he's never knocked it off of there. And the one mistake I did make when I wanted it for acoustic and electric guitars, but I should have notched it down a little bit here for an electric, because the electrics just don't sit on it very well. So if I build another one of these, it will have a step down for the electric guitars, so it holds them better. But this is Fugly proof. The next one I built, I finished today. I call this one the boot, because to me it looks like a boot. Maybe with a pointy toe on the top. But I use the same kind of hardware. It locks, so you don't have to worry about it folding up on you or anything like that. It's hinged. I didn't get these quite as tight as I did on the other one. The other one I used little plastic inserts in here for the pivots. This one I just had a little chunk of metal. I had to make them out of metal, so it doesn't fit quite as tight. A little noisy, but it does the trick. Question is this fugly proof or not? We're gonna find out. I had it in there today. I set a guitar on it. Holds the guitar really well, but fugly has not bumped into it yet. So we will see. I think it will do okay, but I don't think it'll be near as good as this one. So for the price of I probably got $5 into the hardware, maybe $6, because these were a couple of $3 a piece. The hinges were, you know, $2 or $3, or maybe $4 for 2 hinges. And the felt was a roll of felt for a couple of bucks. So for a fraction of the cost of one of these, or one of these, it's really simple to build your own. And if you're not good with tools in woodworking, which I'm not a good woodworker, I've always been a mechanic. I've never been really good with wood. Give me a bolt, I can screw anything together. Give me a nail and it won't hold together. But I will build these if anybody wants one. So if you would like a guitar stand made like one of these, or any design you want, I would have to figure shipping, the cost of wood, the cost of the hardware, to see exactly what the cost would be. But if I get anybody really seriously interested, I would have no problem doing all that. So, just a little quick thing about guitar stands, and wanted to show off some of my work. If you want one, give me a shout out. SwiftCustomGuitars@gmail.com. I'll build you a guitar stand. I'll build you a guitar. I'm finally getting into building necks, so I'm going to be able to build a complete guitar, not just the bodies. Next video I hope will be either, sorry for the train, I'll let that whistle stop for a second, but the next guitar chorus, or the next video I hope will be a finished guitar neck or a new finished guitar. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.